Hey everyone, Rocket here, and we're going to check out the yokai within the game. These are my favorite to go over besides some of the visitors because of the Japanese lore that inspired some of the characters in the game. I will also be using some excerpt from the game itself to explain these yokai as well as the lore that corresponds with them. A yokai, or roughly translated in English, is a strange apparition. It can be depicted as either good or evil in Japanese folklore. Yokai can have animal features as well. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first yokai that we're going to start with is the Murakabi. This yokai is a particular sort of yokai that impedes paths. This interference can take form in a number of ways, ranging from actual physical walls to invisible ones that prevent people from proceeding on a given path. According to some legends, these barriers can be infinitely wide and prevent any kind of circumvention, whether it be walking around, pushing, or striking them. The solution is, as the legend goes, is to use a stick to sweep the wall from below to make the Murakabi vanish. In-game, this yokai is invisible, and you will have to listen for its moans and find a discolored portion of the wall. Then use KK Spectral Vision to make the yokai appear. He appears as a fluffy white creature with arms, feet, and one big eye that follows you as you move. You will find this yokai as well as others throughout the map, but also within one of the side quests found in Chapter 1, Voice in the Wall. Upon absorbing the Murakabi, you will be rewarded with Magatama, which will help with upgrading your skills. Next up is the Zashiki Warashi, a yokai which is featured in numerous legends in the Tohoku region of Japan that is said to bring luck. They resemble young children and live alongside humans in their homes. Zashiki Warashi are known to be playful pranksters, often doing things like moving people's pillows down to their feet as they sleep or dropping their eating utensils on the floor while they eat. When treated well, a Zashiki Warashi will bring prosperity to a family. However, if treated poorly or driven out by those fed up of their mischief, their good fortune will vanish with them, bringing ruin upon the household. Seen in a side mission in Chapter 2, Clearing the Fog, of which you rid the angry landlord spirit in an elderly spirit's home. Then you place a treat for the Zashiki Warashi in a blue bowl to trigger her appearance. Next up is a type of umbrella yokai with hands and typically a single foot that move independently on a wooden sandal called the Karakaza Kozo. They possess large mouths from which they often display their long tongues to shock humans. They are theorized to be a type of sokogami, a term for an inanimate object that has developed their own spirits after years of use, essentially gaining life-like qualities and enabling it to move independently. These yokai are found in a side mission seen in Chapter 2 and will disappear frightened when approached unless you use stealth. Itan Moman. This yokai resembles a large torn cloth with a smile and somewhat sharp teeth. It is said that the Itan in their name refers to a unity of measurement used in Japanese textiles that roughly indicated the length of cloth needed to produce a single kimono. Itan Maman appear after the sun goes down and attack humans, wrapping themselves around their faces and suffocating them. According to legend, they will immediately disappear if cut by a blade, only leaving a splash of blood on the victim's hand. In the past, adults would often warn their children against staying out too late in fear their children would be attacked by this yokai. In-game, within a side mission, you will encounter a spirit of the woman attacked by the cloth. You will have to glide across the map to catch him until he bumps his head or stops. The Ona is a red-skinned yokai who has a mask on his face, maybe to hide the tears even the cold-hearted can feel, and wearing golden bangles around his wrists and ankles. The Oni is an iconic symbol of fear throughout Japanese folklore, known to eat humans and committing many other acts of evil. However, in-game, he is passive, and you will find him in a side mission of which a dog with a red bandana will call out the Oni after feeding him a kibidango and fighting off some visitors that randomly spawn right before calling on the Oni. The next yokai on the list is a Rokurogabi. She is a type of humanoid yokai with a long, snakish, and stretchy neck. While kubi means neck in Japanese, a number of theories pertain to the rokuro portion, with an influential idea suggesting that the elongated neck resembles a pulley seen in water wells, which are referred to as rokuro. Typically, rokurokubi get into minor silly mischief such as giving humans a shock in the night or licking up the oil used to illuminate their paper lanterns. But also it was said that this yokai lived deep in the mountains and have violently attacked travelers at night. In-game, you will see this yokai during a side quest, and it seems that it wants you to chase it around corners, seeming to play hide-and-seek with you. You encounter her when you speak with a man concerned about woman. The Kodama is a type of yokai that inhabits old trees. It is said that once a tree reaches a century of age, a spirit will take root within it. Tree spirits have been referred to in Japan as Kodama since ancient times, and the term is listed as the Japanese name for the tree gods. There are many conflicting ideas about their appearance as well. Some depict Kodama as having a spherical shape, while others suggest they resemble beasts or elderly humans. Some legends even contend that they take no form at all, with the only evidence of their existence being the sounds that they emit. In-game, they have an appearance of a round bush-like being with legs and feet, and can be seen in a side mission called Kodama when you talk to the man concerned about the sacred tree spirit. He is worried that if the visitors were to take the holy power of the Kodama, the tree will surely wither away and die. So Akito and Keike must take the spirit in turn to keep the visitors from getting the yokai's powers. Next up on the list is the Kamatachi. This is a yokai whose name translates to sickle weasel, due to the fact that indeed it looks like a weasel with sickles on its arms. According to legend, Kamatachi appear riding upon gusts of wind and slash at humans with their sickles. Though oddly enough, their victims initially feel no pain and no blood spills from their wounds, they eventually suffer massive hemorrhages and perish. In another legend, a trio of Kamatachi work together. One pushes humans over, the next slashes them, and the third applies medicine to the wound that would explain the blood loss of their victims. Within the game, there is a short side mission of where you chase the Kamatachi as it swirls in the air and starts when you speak with a man with a wound spirit. Next up on our list is the Kappa, a yokai known throughout all of Japan that supposedly lurks near rivers and ponds. These yokai are most infamously known to drag humans into rivers where they extract their shirakodama, a mythical organ thought to be the source of a person's vitality. It is said once removed that shirakodama could end up eaten or given as an offering to the superior kappa. Either way, people who lose their shirakodama become cowards as though they've lost their very soul. A cucumber can be offered to the kappa, as this is an ancient Japanese practice offering cucumbers to water gods. This indicates that the kappa may once have been viewed as a water god themselves. They have a bowl of water on their heads, are smaller like a child, and has a shell on its back, looking somewhat like a turtle. You can find the kappa in a side mission after talking to the boy who can't move. Tengu, or as I like to call them tangs, is a yokai in which looks like a human mixed with a bird. It is said that the yokai resides deep within Japanese mountains. They are possessed of exceptionally high spiritual power. Mysterious incidents in the mountains are often attributed to the Tengu influence. An incident is known in Japanese as Tengu Dayashi, roughly translated as the Tengu Fall. This involves a tree being heard falling in the middle of the night, only to have no trace of the event even happening at all. In-game, you can use the tangs to reach the tops of buildings. The Nekomata is a yokai in-game that is one of my personal favorites. Neko meaning cat and mata generally meaning dual tails. They are dressed in cute kimono-like attire and float in mid-air at some of the convenience stores as well as the kiosks throughout the city as a merchant who can understand humans as well as communicate back to them. Although seeming innocent in game, they were said to sometimes attack humans. Lastly on our list of the yokai is the tanuki. This yokai is another one of my favorites as well. How could he not be? He is adorable just like the Nekomata previously mentioned. You can find 25 tanuki throughout the map to unlock emotes and charms, and once you find all 25, you will also unlock the tanuki outfit. This outfit would remind me of Tom Nook from the Animal Crossing series. They are hidden throughout the map and look like normal everyday items that you would find throughout the city. That does it for all of the yokai within Ghostwire Tokyo. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out the other videos within the series. Coming soon will be the last video within the series pertaining to the lores of the things that you will find within Shibuya. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more.